So Machiavellianism is essentially the will to power. It's a desire to have power and to be influential and have power. So what do we know about Meghan Markle? Pretty much everything she has done has been in pursuit of power. So she goes into acting at a time when acting is and actors are particularly influential. I think the most obvious thing is that she invited all these famous people to her wedding rather than her own family and friends. So it's almost like she doesn't seem to have any real friends. All of her friends are various famous people. And that's what a Machiavellian would be like. He would want to be associated with powerful people. He would desire to be powerful, and he would know that one of the ways you do that is by being liked by and being associated with powerful people, and being seen as powerful because you're associated with powerful people. I think that's consistent with the kind of people that purport she seems to be her friends. They're all of these kinds of Hollywood glam type people. She doesn't. What my experience of women is that they tend to have these best friends for life, as it were, that they make when they're quite young, and they keep in touch with them for the rest of their lives. And most men, they may make these friends at school or something, or university. And most men don't do that. Men's friendships are much more transient, I'm afraid, and much more a context of circumstance, because men are into coalition building. And if a person is just not a part of that man's coalition anymore, then they're no longer really their friend. So the very fact that she doesn't have any old friends, she doesn't have any close friends, she doesn't have any of these sort of semi-lesbianicious extremely close friends, would be consistent with the fact that she's high in Machiavellianism, she's high in a desire for power and that sort of thing. And then Congress with that, then she gets married quite young and then dumps this chap who doesn't do as well as she desires, gets with Prince Harry, and then that must be a matter of power, because I can't believe that she's obviously much more intelligent than him. So I can't see what she gets out of it other than someone that worships her, because I think she's also probably quite narcissistic. Machiavellianism is one of the dark triad traits that correlates with narcissism. And she's also quite into this idea of virtuous victimhood, that she signals her victimhood. That's another thing that was shown to correlate with both narcissism and Machiavellianism, that you signal, there's a paper by O'Connor and somebody or other, that you signal your victimhood, virtuous victimhood. It's a reflection of dark triad traits. And she's definitely into that. Apparently, she didn't talk about being a woman of color very much until the royal family stuff came along, and then suddenly, and all of that, all the negative publicity, and then of course she latched on to being a woman of color. Because why? Well, because it's virtuous victimhood. It's a way of victimhood signaling and a way of attaining power. So you can see the kind of Machiavellian path that she's moving along, and I'm guessing that eventually she will tire of him, and that he'll be in serious trouble. But I don't know. I think this is a very, very Anne Widdecombe was right when she said she's trouble when she was in the Celebrity Big Brother house, and I think that she's high in these dark triad traits, but in quite yes, good.